Hey everybody, this is Chandan of MBA Department, Dayanand Sagar College of Engineering. I'm here with a podcast session with my friends discussing about climate change and their impact on the planet. So guys, why don't you introduce yourself now?
Hello, Chandan. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. This is Aishwarya Kori Shettar, and I'm from Section E.
Hi Chandan, it's Amrita Kulkarni here, and it's really nice to talk about climate change. I mean, it's one of the things we have been ignoring the most, but we can see how we are affecting it, and in turn, it is affecting us a lot. So yeah, thank you.
Hello, good day everyone. My name is Sumant. I am from Dayanand Sagar College of Engineering, Department of Management Studies. I'm first year student studying in section B. Thank you everyone for having me here.
Hello everyone, I'm Tony Sachin. I'm currently pursuing MBA in Dayanand Sagar College of Engineering. I'm currently doing my SEM 2 and in B section. Thanks for having me, guys.
Hasmani here. I'm from Dayanand Sagar College of Engineering, MBA department, and I'm from Section B. And thank you everybody for having me here.
It's really nice to have you all. And let's not waste our time and we'll get into what climate change really is. I would like to start by saying that climate change is the main reason for the increase in the temperature. What are your thoughts about it?
It is true that the temperature have soared up past couple of years. If you take, for example, Bangalore itself, it was little cooler couple of years back, but today we know how hot the climate is in Bangalore. Also, if you look at Bangalore as an example, two different places in Bangalore have two different temperatures. South Bangalore, Jayanagar, Basavanagudi, that area is much cooler compared to the East Bangalore places like Marathalli, Mahadevapura Tin Factory. So, what is the main reason? What we feel or I feel is that the number of trees. If you see, the South Bangalore has more trees compared to the East Bangalore, and I do agree the facts what's mentioned.
Suman, what do you feel about animals? Like they say, go vegan. No, start following veganism. It doesn't affect climate change. What are your thoughts about it?
Uh, See, animals. See, one fact which I know about higher temperature rise or climate change is that the first thing which gets affected when there is increase in temperature is sea. The creatures or the fishes in sea will be suffering first, is what I hear when there is increase in climate. Uh, I don't think so. I won't say going vegan will completely solve this problem. uh, it is one of the methodologies of solving the problem, but there are a couple of other methods which we can try before everyone going vegan. That's what my opinion is. I don't say that going vegan initially will solve this problem. It is one of the methods how we can solve the problem, but there are 100 other ways which we can make use of in the beginning before everyone going to vegan. That's my point.
Yeah, what I agree with Sumant, how like going vegan is not the only way to stop this, and I read it somewhere that it's probably irreversible damage what we have done to nature and everything, including. But I think best way to tackle this is being moderate about everything in general. Like if you can stop using vehicles, I mean you can just walk or take a bicycle, then it would reduce a bit of petrol usage or diesel usage. So whatever we are doing right now, I don't think immediately anybody will be able to stop it. Like for example, using technology or burning fossil fuels or anything, whatever we are doing. But if everybody can contribute a bit to it and reduce their usage just by a little percent, then I think it will make a huge deal. I mean, combined, I think we can take better care of ourselves and the climate.
One major reason for the climatic change is because of cutting down of the trees.
Yes.
And I say that we already know, everybody know that we have in our lower grades we have studied that plants uses carbon dioxide during the photosynthesis, and they release oxygen. But today, this dioxide is one of the major greenhouse gases that is being contributing. Not only carbon dioxide, one of the most toxic gases such as methane gas. The, this is also affecting the greenhouse. They're Instead of using bicycles, they're using all automated vehicles, and all these vehicles are being they releases very toxic gases such as carbon dioxide, methanes. So which will affect the greenhouse, and because of this, the glaciers in the Himalayas are breaking up.
You guys made some really valuable points, and it's really appreciable. And now we are left with Tony to speak about it. Go ahead, Tony.
I
Fine, Tony.
totally agree with this point, and I also have a feeling that going vegan would be a very good choice or very good approach to solve this problem.
Wow, that's an interesting point now because Suman said earlier that uh, being vegan, following veganism, does not affect climate change. So you're saying it affects climate change.
Yes, yes. While raising livestock, it requires a lot of resources, and the greenhouse gases which are produced during this whole period is exponentially high. So, by even in just India, about 3 to 4 million of poultry is consumed every year. So, if we just cut down on just poultry, there will be a lot of decrease in this methane gas and other greenhouse gases. So, going vegan in the long run would be a good strategy to adopt.
Oh, wow, that's a fair point actually, Tony. I personally feel that even our food habits will also affect the climate change. And yeah, I agree with you what you said. Let's move forward now. I read an article recently which said that 2014 was the hottest year with when the record was started. That is from 1980. Since 1980, 2014 was recorded as the hottest year. What do you guys feel? 2019 was even hotter than 2014. So what do you say?
Yeah, Chandan, we can say that over the year, as you see, the heat is rising, and it's fair point to say that 2018, 2019, we saw increase in the summer. So I do agree with the article and the point which you just made.
And I'm really interested in knowing about global sea level. They say that sea level has risen an average of 8 centimeters since 1992. So that's really another factor to be considered.
Uh, See, the sea levels are mainly rising because of the ice which is getting melted in Antarctica. That is one of the reason why the sea levels rising. The second point I would make here, I don't know whether it would be relevant. You see, nowadays there are a lot of floods happening in and around the city.
Yes.
The major reason for that is nothing but we are cutting down the trees and constructing concrete roads and concrete buildings. With this, there is no way water can go within the ground, and the ground cannot absorb the water. And what happens is that these waters, especially in the coastal area, if you see, these water go and add to the sea as well. So with these two factors, I feel we can definitely the point which you mentioned about rising sea levels. These two may be a very important contributor to that.
A fair point, fair point. So I have
Yes,
the
yes,
third.
and adding to that, due to the one of the main reason for this rising sea levels is melting of polar ice caps. FYI, almost 250 billion liters of water or pounds of water gets into the sea level every year due to this increasing temperature levels. So I think it's one of the major contributors to the increasing sea levels.
Wow, that's a quite interesting fact, Tony. Thanks for adding that. I read a point in the same article which I mentioned earlier. It said that the Arctic may see its first ice-free summer in the year 2040. If all the ice melts, where do polar bears and other Arctic animals live? They are in the verge of extinction. What do you say about it?
Yeah, there are already I don't know, more than thousands of animals that are they are going to be extinct because of all this climate change. But I think if actually all the ice melts from I mean North Pole and South Pole, then I think the first thing that will go extinct is human beings itself. I mean, think about all the amount of water that will be coming down to us, and since we don't have any forests left, and the roots won't be or the soil won't be able to absorb so much of water, then definitely it just have to go through roots and reach the sea. And then the people living in the coastal areas, which is a lot number, I think it will affect everybody in general, since human beings are most I don't know, evolved people. They will definitely uh, able to understand that what is the reason, and the reason being is us ourselves, because we are not doing anything now, because even if we know what will happen in the future.
Wow, that's really some bold point you made, saying that humans will extinct before animals. That shouldn't happen because there's a lot of species which is.
Chandan, sorry to cut you down. To add that extinction point, I
Go
think
ahead,
we all
Suman.
know that famous theory of Einstein that the day honeybees disappear from Earth, 4 years after human life will also get disappeared. This is the theory Einstein told. So just I wanted to make that point as well.
It's not only the technology which is responsible for the extension of the animals. I also say it is the greediness of the humans also, because I'll tell you a real example where I stay in a place where I'm very close to Dandeli. It's just like some 40 kilometers from here. So when before like when I was in seventh grade, when I used to travel to uh, Dandeli, it was completely forest, and after 6 o'clock, all the gates would be closed, saying that this is a forest area and no one will be entered. Now, what are they are cutting trees there. They're cutting all the trees. They're using it, and they're making resorts for their own purpose and making money out of that. And they're also cutting trees and they're exporting trees to other countries also. So it is not only the technology which impacts, but also the greediness of the human.
Yeah, that's really a good point to be noticed, Aishwarya. Saying that it's not only the technology but also human behavior, human greediness is affecting climate change. And yeah, guys, we have Akshata with us. I guess she wants to add some point. So, Akshata,
Yeah, like we can see that according to the sources of 2013, 99.84% of land in California is suffering from drought. So, like, what is your opinion regarding that?
drought. It's because the main I give the main reason for drought is that deforestation. Now, cutting down the trees is the main reason for doing that. People cut down trees for a lot of reasons. I guess I like to appreciate the point which Savita gave me. Which is greediness of a human being. See, greediness of human being, they cut down the trees, and which really leads to, there's no water, there's no rain, and at the end it comes to drought. So I guess it's 99% it's because of greediness of a human being.
Well, that's a good point. Is someone willing to add some more points regarding this?
Yeah, that's true. El Nino in Australia is one of the example on drought due to deforestation.
Okay.
Thanks for coming up with that, Akshata, and thank you, Suman, for adding up a valuable point which really gave me a weightage for the answer. And so, guys, I guess so we have come to the end of our first session of this podcast. It was really great having a conversation with you with and discussing the most important problem of our environment. I hope we come up with some more interesting facts and some more interesting thoughts for tomorrow. Until then, have a great day ahead. Thank you, and thank you for the participation. Thank you all.